A diminished, depressed, low-energy Donald Trump struggled to speak at the NATO summit. Donald Trump showed up looking like a man who, I guess, stayed up all night arguing with his own reflection and losing to it. He lost to the guy in the mirror that he was arguing with, just dejected, low energy, hunched over. He was asked a number of very reasonable questions that we should all be wanting answers to from the President of the United States. One was, hey, we now have a report about your strikes against Iran, which shows the nuclear sites are not destroyed, that Iran's nuclear program has been set back on the order of a few months. What do you think? And Trump goes, they don't know. I believe that it was all completely obliterated. Here's Trump.
Mr. President, what's your reaction to the intelligence reports saying that the Iranian nuclear sites were only partially devastated, not entirely?
Yeah, well, they said it was actually, the report said it could have been they don't know. I mean, they did a report. I could have Pete talk to it because his department did the report. They really don't know. I think Israel's going to be telling us very soon because Bibi is going to have people involved in that whole situation. We hear it was obliteration. It was a virtual obliteration. When you take a look at the ground above, don't forget, the flame is all underground. But everything above, if you look at the before and the after picture, everything above is burned black. The trees, everything. There's one building, but that's a building that sunk substantially into the granite, so that, you know, the fire goes right over it. I believe it was total obliteration. I believe they didn't have a chance to get anything out because we acted fast. If it would have taken 2 weeks, maybe, but it's very hard to remove that kind of material. Very hard and very dangerous for them to remove it. Plus, they knew we were coming, and if they know we're coming, they're not going to be down there. There aren't too many people that are going to be down there. Pete, do you have something to say about that?
So this is not a surprise. As Trump has told us many times, he's the expert when it comes to assessing complex battlefield damage through satellite imagery and working in concert with nuclear experts and former inspectors. Throw it all in the trash, flush it down the toilet. Trump knows better. And Trump feels just like he felt the forecast for a hurricane was wrong, so he took a Sharpie and changed the direction of the hurricane. Just like he felt so many things before, Trump feels that the actual intelligence community, with the satellite images and the signals intelligence and the ground sources, they aren't getting it right. He really did destroy everything in terms of Iran's nuclear capabilities. That's all that matters, and it's a perfect example of they have this principle. Oh, the intelligence agencies can't be trusted, or they can, depending on what's convenient to Trump. Trump also asked about what is his response to Iran continuing to say, we're going to keep enriching uranium. We're going to keep pursuing nuclear weapons. And this was really difficult for Trump, who, again, is just getting bad news after bad news. His polling has collapsed. We'll talk about that later. Trump struggles through a barely coherent answer where he basically goes, I don't know what they said, but they really shouldn't be enriching anything, and then sort of issuing a thinly veiled threat, as Trump regularly does. Take a look.
What is your response to the Iranian foreign minister continuing to say Iran will enrich uranium and pursue nuclear weapons?
Well, I don't know if they've said that, but I'll tell you, the last thing they want to do is enrich anything right now. They want to recover. And we won't let that happen, number one. Militarily, we won't. I think we'll end up having somewhat of a relationship with Iran. I see it. Look, I've had a relationship over the last 4 days. They agreed to the ceasefire. And it was a very equal agreement. They both said, that's enough. They both said it. But no, they won't do that. The last thing they want to do, Katie, is enrich. They're not looking to... They're not. Can you imagine? After all of that, they're going to say, "Oh, let's go and do a bomb." There could be a day in the future, and then somebody else taking our place will be saying, "Don't do it," and maybe they won't do it as well. I don't know, but they're not going to have a bomb, and they're not going to enrich. And we believe all of the stuff is down there. We don't think they had nearly the time because to get that out is a very difficult thing. It's not like moving a package or taking this carpet up and moving it. It's very difficult. It's very dangerous to do. We believe it's all down there. We had a tremendous victory, a tremendous hit. And because of that, I don't think they would have been down there because they knew we were coming. When they know we're coming, they're not going to be down in that, 30 stories underground. So, no, I think it was just a tremendous victory for everybody, including Iran. Look, they've got a country, and they've got oil, and they're very smart people, and they can come back. Israel got hit very hard, especially the last couple of days. Israel was hit really hard. Those ballistic missiles, boy, they took out a lot of buildings. And they've been great. Bibi Netanyahu should be very proud of himself. And they've really been great. But they're not going to be building bombs for a long time.
So this is the foreign policy version of leaving a voicemail at 3 a.m. that starts angry, but it's also a plea to get back together. I can't believe what you did to me and I'm furious, but also like it would be nice to have a relationship, and do you want me to make you eggplant parmesan if you stop by tomorrow? It's simultaneously all of it combined with depression and the feeling that Trump doesn't really want to be there. It's sort of like he's trying to bluff his way through a nuclear standoff, but he's got a hangover and he'd really rather be home in bed. And then finally, and critically, Donald Trump asked about his upcoming meeting at the NATO summit with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, and Trump kind of drifts off. You can almost see that his mind is elsewhere. He drifts off into something between like a passive-aggressive detachment and the possibility that he's going to try to actively sabotage any chance Ukraine has of getting a favorable resolution to the war in which they are not the aggressor, they are the defender. Take a look at this.
And then just changing gears to your meeting with Zelensky later today, can you give us any preview of what the two of you might be discussing?
No, well, we'll discuss the obvious. We'll discuss his difficulty. He's got a little difficulty. Zelensky, he's a nice guy. I mean, I'm going to meet him today. I don't know. I assume we're going to be discussing Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it seems like the most likely
stuff. Is there any restart talks there or anything that you might do?
Well, we're going to see. I mean, I've spoken to Putin a lot, and he actually was very nice. He volunteered help on, as you know, on Iran. I said, no, I don't need help on Iran. I need help on Russia. Okay? I said, do me a favor. Help us on Russia, not on Iran. But he was very nice. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk. I think progress is being made. I think great progress is being made on Gaza. I think because of this attack that we made, I think we're going to have some very good news. I was talking to Steve Witkoff, who, by the way, is terrific, and who knows more about this subject than anybody, the subject of what we were just talking about. He was on last night with Jesse and with Laura and with Sean. And boy, Susie, he has a great take on it. He just explains it so easily. He's really very knowledgeable. But he did tell me that Gaza is very close.
A little difficulty, Trump says, as in Zelensky's country is being invaded and bombed by the dictator that Trump keeps praising and saying Putin's very nice and Putin's very strong and Putin's very smart. What? I spoke to Putin and he was very nice. Imagine showing up to a NATO summit and basically telling the rest of the alliance, the guy you're all trying to stop, whose authoritarian dictatorial aggression is causing global problems and calamities, I spoke to him. He was really nice to me. And as pathetic and humiliating as that is on the world stage, that's the currency of Trump. It's loyalty. It's who likes me or who pretends to like me, if it's useful to them. And Trump is really slipping, very, very much slipping here in front of the cameras and also behind the scenes. And growing concern, I hope to speak to members of the House and Senate about this today during some of the interviews I'm doing in DC, growing concerns that Trump just doesn't know what is going on around him. Let's take a quick break. Make sure you're getting my Substack newsletter, davidpakman.substack.com. And of course, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/The David Pakman Show. Have you ever wanted to feel more connected to your partner but found that daily life gets in the way? There is an app designed specifically to help couples deepen their bond called Paired. Our sponsor Paired gives you daily personalized questions, quizzes, fun games, really just crafted to inspire meaningful and enjoyable conversations with your partner. And you won't see your partner's answers until you've shared your own. So it's like a safe, genuine space for honest dialogue and discovery. Recently, one paired prompt asked, what's something you admire most about your partner? Answering this simple question created a conversation with my girlfriend and highlighted things that we sometimes overlook. The Paired app is a great daily reminder of the qualities that make relationships special. Whether you're just starting to build your connection or you've been together for years, Paired helps make it easy and enjoyable to strengthen your relationship, and it's just 5 minutes a day. Head to paired.com/Pacman for a 7-day free trial and 25% off your subscription. The link is in the description.